Hello and welcome to Tabletop 24, and thank you for joining us for another Kickstarter unboxing. This time we have City of Crowns, the expansion to Paladins of the West Kingdom from Garphill Games, and also the collector's box. So we're going to get in there. This is how it's come directly shipped. I've been waiting for this one for a little while. So get in there. Quite a lot of peanuts. So, there we have the City of Crowns expansion. Trying to make sure these don't all escape everywhere. And then we have the collector's box. So we're going to get in those, making sure we've not left anything behind. Get rid of that. So first of all, we're going to start with the expansion City of Crowns, and this is the first expansion to Paladins. Those that are familiar with Garphill, they've released a number of games in their series, and quite often we'll go back to look at expansions that add a little bit more depth, a little bit more strategy to their games. And Paladins is no exception. Okay, so we've got our rulebook. Now these follow pretty much the same format in all of the West Kingdom and the North Sea trilogies, and they're quite nicely laid out and quite easy to reference when you go through. Then we've got the additional board, some further areas. Now we've got the player board expansions, which will give the players two extra options, muster and negotiate. So they've got those now, just slot on the end of the player board. And we've got the solo version there as well, I believe. And we have some new tokens, new trackers. And new cards, and the iconography obviously with all of the Garphill items is always quite continuous throughout, quite symmetric. And we've got new player abilities, new orders, just to add things extra to the game. I'll pop them in there. And we've got the extra cards specifically for the expansion, relating to some of the new actions as well. And we've got some new townsfolk, some new paladins. Always great artwork on these for the Miko. And got some more folk to hire around and support you for your game. Okay, so that was the expansion itself. Now we'll go on and look at the collector's box. Now the collector's box is larger than the normal Garphill size boxes, but it will be to support all of the previous games, and it does include a mini expansion called the Vassals expansion. So open. Those familiar with Paladins will hopefully be aware that in the base game box there was pretty much any bit of space was used. So this collector's box is going to be great for everything, and it does come with a full insert. We've got the vassals, workers, and then we've got the vassal cards. So we'll get those up there. Oh. And these will add extra cards for your inn and give you extra abilities using the vassals as workers to help you in your game. Okay, so as you can see, we've got quite a lot of space in this box. And what we've actually done is Shem has quite kindly popped up a link for a 3D printed insert. And as people that follow the channel know, we do have a 3D printer. So we have printed said insert. I'll pop the link to the insert in the description below. But we're going to use this to build this back up. As you can see, nice fitting items in there, so that we can actually get the game set up a bit quicker and moving a bit smoother. So what we'll do is we're going to come back in a second and we're going to put this all back together with the expansion. All right, and welcome back. As you see in front of me, we've got most of the components already laid out, and we started to put some of the tokens into the 3D printed insert that we showed you earlier. To start off with, we've got all of our coins and our new diplomat, and they go in the well there. We've then got our provisions and a solo marker, go there. And then we've got our individual player buckets, which have got all of the player pieces separated out into, including all the new pieces from City of Crowns. Then we've got 2 trays, which are evenly distributed number of workers, so you can spread those out across the table. And we've got our cards. So in one pile I've just popped deeds, corruption and such. Pop those in there. Another pile that I've got all the orders and the walls. They'll go in there. And we've got all of the tavern cards. And then all of the solo and the new City of Crown cards. They'll go in there. Now all of these cards are sleeved and the insert fits nicely with those. Then we've got the new cards, larger cards from City of Crowns. We have, before I knock everything flying, our townsfolk. And they can go in with our newer cards. I like to keep things firm, and you'll see we will have some space left over at the end, but I like to get that. Then we've got our foreign warriors, and then all of our paladins, so the 4 different players worth in there, and they will go in there. We've popped our start player marker already away, and then here we have the player boards and the main board and the different segments for that, and they'll just slot straight in the insert there. And we've got the new additional boards and the new extension pieces, so they all lay out. Get about 3 of those wide, then one there, and then books on top. And then we'll close the lid down, and that's going to go quite nicely on the shelf and covers in some lovely artwork again. So thank you for joining us for this unboxing and sort of reboxing of Paladins of the West Kingdom expansion City of Crowns and the collector's box. If you haven't done so already, please check out our other videos on the channel, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.